Hey guys, what's up? So, something a little different here. I'm gonna try and do a run on the Trial of Thorns, the 40 multiplier difficulty thing. I was able to do it with, I believe this is like a pretty free-to-play team. Lufel, Wonder, Key, Soy, and then Wonder's got Yanosik, Pazuzu, and Belial, although I don't really even think you need Belial, so I'm just going to swap him for Dionysus. You really just need Pazuzu here, and you're kind of just trying to, like, DOT, like, just dot damage the enemies out. I did this initially with Marion instead of Lufel, and this was, and it was way easier. This team was able to clear it, except it took me 117 turns, 116 turns, which is, like, almost the end. I think this fight ends automatically after 120 turns, so... but I figured I'd try a run with this like free-to-play team, not fully leveled to 80, no 5-star weapons on them, so figured this was kind of like a fun one. If you're struggling and you don't really have any like premium units, you know, this is an option for you to use. This is like the battle effects I went with, the multipliers, if you want to try and copy them. The only stuff I changed really was... I think I like moved these two down, which is like their HP up and their damage up. Lufel doesn't heal enough to like deal with the 50% damage up. And I was able to get to 40 regardless, and that's really, I imagine if you're trying to do this on 40, it's just to get the badge and you don't really care about going any higher. Yeah, this is what I ended up coming up with. I don't know if there's like a standardized version. I know like Bear did a video on this. I know Platt is gonna run this like on stream today, or he did yesterday. I don't know when I'm gonna put this out, but yeah, this is kind of what I came up with. One last like look over, because I probably yapped through this. So if you want to just like set yours to this is what I think is like the easiest that I've found. Not like I've run this a bunch of times. I cleared it once with the Marion team with in like 90 turns, I think 80 turns, something like that, and then I cleared it with this free-to-play team in 116 turns. The first phase is actually harder than the second phase here. Yeah, so you can see kind of what we're doing here, like Lufel and Key for burn, Soy for sustain, Puppet for sustain, and then Pazuzu's really good in these kinds of fights because, what is it? He has a 60% chance to inflict curse, and then he immediately deals curse damage. Like, so if they have like 5 stacks of curse, they'll trigger the 5 stacks of curse, and it won't fall off. Like, it'll just kind of be like an extra triggering of those, and then it'll trigger again after they act, like a normal dot would. So he's really good for this. There is a way to use Belial, but like, I don't really understand Belial as well. I had built him for a run earlier, and I wasn't really sure like if this stacked with the curse, like if Pazuzu also triggered this Abyssal Flame, so I'm just opting to not use him, although I imagine he's kind of like the ranked up version of Pazuzu, so he's probably better, but I'm sure someone else has a better understanding of how that unit works. Alright, so I don't really have a set strategy here. I would say your best bet is to just start and trying to take this guy out first, because he inflicts, not inflicts, he gives the rest of them like a nullification. And then basically your whole rotation is just going to be Wonder is using this on him, like proccing this curse thing. Key is trying to apply burn to everybody, except for the guy I wanted it on. And then Soy is basically just like mixing in icy defense with his skill 2 and hoping everyone survives. It's kind of how this whole first phase goes, so we'll see how long this takes. If you had Sumi, I just don't have Sumi built, I bet he would be like way better for this than probably Key. Like, I don't think Key is even like that good for this really. But he has like at least like a little bit of synergy with Lufel. Honestly, someone who gives like curse stacks would probably be way better here. But like I said, I don't have Sumi built, and I want this to be like relatively like a free-to-play kind of guide, because if you have like Marion or whatever, this becomes infinitely easier. Go ahead here. And we'll go ahead and use Icy Defense. Yep, Puppet, Cattle doesn't heal a lot, so Soy and Puppet end up being like the MVPs of this. Heal, just keep healing. Heal non-stop. Lufel will run out of SP. Puppet kind of helps a little bit with that, but it's not perfect. You just really want to make sure you try and get this guy out of the way as quick as possible, because he's a serious pain. Like I said, the second phase, I don't know if I've said this actually, the second phase is like infinitely easier, in my opinion. Because like you kind of lose all of these like weird annoying things that like each of these guys do. Like each of them have like a gimmick. Like one guy marks you, one guy adds the null, one guy like buffs attack, one guy does another thing, adds the shields. So then the second guy kind of does all of it, but because it's just him and it's one action, it's almost like easier to deal with. Key needs healing pretty bad, but I don't know if I want to waste Lufel's heal yet. I'm not going to, I'm going to risk it. In order of importance of who survives, it's Wonder, then Soy, then Cattle, then Key. I guess you could make an argument Lufel is more important than Soy, but this guy is draining, right? Yeah. Honestly, Key's low. I'm just gonna guard. Yeah, this is gonna be a super long fight, so I don't know like if I should cut stuff out, if I'll just like fast forward, because it's a lot of just the same thing every turn. And this is my second run of this because Wonder died on my first one. Yeah, I don't know how many this will take, like I think we'll use Lufel's highlight now. Get like the double heal this turn, even though I probably would have preferred to use keys. They weren't going to survive another turn. This guy is getting low though, which is nice. I'd love if Key inflicted burn right now. He did, nice. So actually does pretty good damage with that. Nice, and then a lot of dot damage right there. That last guy's dangerous, because that... Every time I think I'm safe, I forget about the last guy. Alright, we're gonna focus Wonder here. Nice, 15k. So that guy's got like one more turn left at best. I'm actually going to use for skill 3 here. It gives a little bit more shield. It is an extra weight, but I feel like once we can get rid of one guy, our lives become a little bit easier. And then I'm going to start focusing in on this guy now. Pick him as like our second target. You only need to take out 2 of them to trigger the boss, so I forgot I had Icy Defense too. Let's see, Lufel is basically out of SP, so yeah, it's probably not good. Alright, sweet, he's down, so let's see here. I'll probably guard with Lufel to recover a little SP. And then hope Soy makes it. 5,200. May have to just like guard with Soy. I'm just gonna guard with Lufel and get a little SP. Hope that he's able to heal next turn, because you get a bunch of SP once you enter the other phase. This is good though. I'm gonna go ahead and inflict this. I don't really care about these other 2, so I want both of Key's dot things on this guy. And I actually am gonna go ahead and just block with Key or with Soy. Why is the screen shaking like that? Okay. Does it always do that, or is it like bugged out? Weird. Okay. So, a bunch of SP back now. here. Yeah, like this portion of the fight goes by way faster than the other one. Actually, I think once that first guy's down, like, you're in fairly good shape. I'm gonna save, just because the highlights take forever with the multiplier. So I'm just gonna save it. The shields are super annoying. And that guy hits super hard. Okay. That was close. But I think this might be it, actually. And that was a huge bump he got from his Desperado, I think. This might be it right here. No, not quite. Okay. But we're in good shape right now. I'm gonna use this. And he should go down during his turn. Unless we get lucky, maybe, and save ourselves a hit. Soy? No. Oh, we did. Okay, nice. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and use Key. We're just going to inflict all the ailments we can. I would suggest trying to save keys. If you use it, like, super early in the fight, you'll have it back again for this phase. But, like, if you have it, like, 2 turns before we get here, I would just try and save it to use on this first turn here, because then Key can inflict both of his things on the first turn. And he already has burn. This is kind of a waste, honestly. This is a waste of SP, but, like, I'm just gonna top everyone off. I wouldn't... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was a good move or not. It's probably not. And then just back to this here. And you'll see this guy will go down infinitely faster than even one of the other bosses did. At least maybe it feels that way. I don't really need HP right now. I know it increases max HP. But, like, I would like it to get some healing utility too. Alright. Just use this again. Make sure Soy stays alive. Reapply burn. Again, we probably don't need this, but I'll feel so dumb if Key dies here. Whatever. And I didn't use Puppet either. This was not the smartest turn on my part. So this guy's gonna do a ton of damage, I imagine, right now. Yep. So I'm dumb, so don't do what I just did and not use Puppet. I think we're still okay, because Wonder is really the critical piece here. But yeah, this is not ideal, and this could have been avoided if I had just used the 2 moves I was supposed to. This will be slower now, because he takes a ton of damage from the burn. And these, like, the arrows are when he's, like, targeting them, and I think they take, like, increased damage from him, too, possibly. I think like 2 more turns, or at least 1 more turn of me proccing the curse, and then 1 more turn of him attacking. Hopefully will be it. Nice. Oh, we're just gonna go all in here. You can also, like, feel free to guard. Like, if you're at, like, I'm at 85, I'm doing this way faster than I did the other time. Okay, not good. Oh, it's just all in right now, I guess. This has gone from, like, in my head I was like, wow, this is going, like, really well, to this is going pretty poorly now. If we survive this turn, we win, because the curse will finish him off here. It's just a question of if, well, we'll just use this, we'll be safe. Lufel's so squishy, if he gets a tat right here, like, he's not gonna survive. Oh no, he did. That didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. Okay. Well, that's barely clearing it on 40. But that was with me. Like, you saw me screw up. Like, no one should have died on that one turn. Key should not have died. And Soy should have been at, like, 4,000 health instead of, like, 1,000. And then Lufel would have been able to, you know, use his heal and probably his highlight even on that turn and kept the whole team alive. So I was dumb. You don't need to make it as difficult as I just did. But yeah, that's the team. Like, totally free to play. Like, you don't even need Dionysus. All you need is Pazuzu, Palace 1 Dagger, Lufel, Soy, Key. I don't have any 5 stars on anybody here. Yeah, if you were struggling with the 40 on this and you want the badge, maybe give this a couple of shots. Like, these two aren't even level 80 yet. I don't even know if their weapons are level 70. Key's weapon might be level 60 still. Yeah, Key's weapon's level 60, so this team is, like, not very well built at all. And if you have, like, a Marion, slot her in here. If you have, like, I don't know, On, or you have Sumi built, probably works really well here. I think Soy is, like, pretty good. Yeah, so there's definitely options for you. If you were struggling on this and you really want that badge and you need to use a free-to-play team, consider using this. Hopefully it helps. Like I said, I'm sure there's someone out there who's put out a far more comprehensive, better guide than I have. I was just kind of flying blind doing this. Hopefully this team kind of helps you understand, like, it's just Dot. Dot is the way to do this. So however you achieve that with whatever units you have, I do recommend bringing Pazuzu, and just the only thing Wonder will do the entire fight is use Pazuzu. Maybe mix in a heal, like, if you desperately need it. But yeah, outside of that, so hopefully you got something out of this. A little different than normal, but I want to try and branch out the content a little bit. So hopefully you liked it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.